As teenagers, a pioneer couple assisted us when we temporary or vacation pioneered, as it was called then. That led me to want to regular pioneer after high school. However, after graduating, I started working full-time. It was at a district convention where the point was made, if you're not pioneering, tell Jehovah why. Well, I really didn't have a good reason, so I started making plans to work part-time. It was in September of 1980 when I realized my goal of regular pioneering.
So we've now been introduced to Sister Shirrell Georges, again, the wife of a branch committee member. These are apparently the women that we need to be listening to in the organization, those who have married into positions of prominence. And Sister Georges is relating how she came to be involved in the pioneer work. Jehovah's Witnesses view pioneer work as full-time service, or as it's described there, full-time ministry, so that if a pioneer stops pioneering to go and work in Bethel, their full-time service just continues. They're just no longer doing it in the preaching work. They're instead doing it in Bethel. So full-time service is anything where someone is either pioneering or working in Bethel, so long as their priority essentially is serving the organization. But I just found it interesting that Sister Georges relates how she went to a convention
where the point was made, if you're not pioneering, tell Jehovah why.
And the point was made, if you're not pioneering, tell Jehovah why. That for me describes almost every circuit assembly or district or regional convention that I went to growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. It was always, if you're not pioneering, you should be. If you're not pioneering, are you really putting Jehovah first? Or as she says here, are you willing to explain to Jehovah why you're not pioneering? Because a pioneer is someone who is arranging their affairs so that they can make service to Jehovah their priority. If you're not pioneering and you're blaming it on your living arrangements, on your job, on the way your life is configured, then you need to reconfigure your life so that you're doing things properly, so that you're putting in those 70 hours per month, which is required for pioneers, 70 hours per month of your volunteer time spent recruiting new converts. That's what Jehovah is expecting of you. I just think that was worth highlighting because it shows the enormous pressure that's put on Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not just a case of do the minimum, do an hour each month, do 10 hours each month. Yes, you can get by doing that. You can go for years or decades without too many questions being asked if you are only doing the minimum or the average for your congregation. But you will always, especially as a young person, be faced with this pressure to commit 70 hours of your time every month to recruiting new converts as a regular pioneer.
What good habits did you form early in life that help you now as you support your husband?
Growing up, my mother taught us to be content and to share whatever we had. One Watchtower article stated, "True contentment comes from loving and being loved." We grew up in a loving family, and then learning about Jehovah and his love as I grew older helped me to find contentment in Jehovah's service. So whatever assignment I have, I try to be content and view any differences as an opportunity for me to learn about the various aspects, unique personalities, and qualities of my brothers and sisters.
What utter hypocrisy. And again, I'm going to try not to be too harsh on Sister Georges. She's doing what's expected of her. She's sticking to the script. She's making sure she presents well as the wife of a branch committee member, and I'm sure she's making her husband very proud in the process. She's not in full control of what she's saying here. Hopefully one day she'll wake up and she'll look back in horror at the part she's playing in promoting this organization. But let's be honest, what she's just said there is utter hypocrisy. Apparently, true contentment comes from loving and being loved. She says,
"We grew up in a loving family, and then learning about Jehovah and his love as I grew older helped me to find contentment in Jehovah's service."
We grew up in a loving family, and then learning about Jehovah and his love as I grew older helped me to find contentment in Jehovah's service. So it's all about love, is it? Being a Jehovah's Witness. It's all about loving and being loved, especially in a Jehovah's Witness family, right up to the moment where you stop believing. Or right up to the moment where you, I don't know, have sex with a consenting adult to whom you're not married. Then that love quickly stops. Then you get dropped like a ton of bricks. You are ejected from this loving family and treated as though you're dead. That's the love that never fails that she's referring to. So, sorry, Sister Georges, I can't give you good marks there for adequately reflecting what the Jehovah's Witness experience is. It seems there you're living somewhat in denial. Either that or you're willingly misrepresenting what this religion is all about. My experience of this religion is that it's anything but loving. It's characterized by conditional love, where the extent to which you are loved, even by members of your own family, is entirely dependent on your loyalty to the organization and your willingness to put their requirements first.